Today I'm going to tell a story that happened very recently in the last few days. After a wonderful visit with some friends down south in South Carolina, it was time to go home. They took me to the airport, and then I was waiting, of course, as we all do, in the waiting room. Well, we sat and waited, and then an announcement came up, our flight is 1 hour late. You could see the expression on people's faces. They were most distressed. The flight was being delayed. Well, I've come to know that everything that happens has a reason. As we sat there, some people who were on their computers noticed that in Boston, where we were headed, the storm had arrived, and it was a terrible storm. And I understood immediately, we have been delayed, so we would miss that storm. I told some of the people around me about that, and they understood, but you could see the faces on so many of the people, so distressed. Change is changes, but life is change. We waited. It was an hour delay. And after 1 hour, well, it was time to board the plane. And of course, the lovely man said, "We are now boarding on flight such and such," and everyone picked up their suitcases, and we headed out to board the plane. Well, that was lovely. In fact, my suitcase was extremely heavy, and immediately someone said, "Do you need help with that suitcase?" And I said, "Oh, I would love that." And they put it up for me. People were very, very kind and helpful to one another. Well, we sat and we sat. And then came another announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are having problems with the bathrooms, so we're going to try and fix them and we'll let you know." And we waited again. Traveling is about waiting. After a while, the announcement came. "Well, we are very sorry to announce there are 3 bathrooms on the plane and none of them are working. We're going to ask you to pick up your suitcases, go back into the waiting room, and we will do our best to fix the bathrooms." So, one by one, everyone left the plane. And I know now, of course, from many years of understanding life's movement, there's a reason for every delay. Well, we got off the plane and we were in the waiting room, and you could see the disappointment and the anger and the sadness in so many people. I tried my best to let people know around me that there's a reason for all delays. The first one kept us from arriving in a storm, and who knows what this one was causing to help us to be in the right place at the right time, safely. Well, we waited a long, long time, almost another hour, and then came the announcement, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are very sorry, but we have not been able to fix the bathrooms. If we cannot have them fixed in the next 5 minutes, we will be canceling the flight completely." Another practice, another test in knowing only the right things happen at the perfect time. I began immediately to ask the angels again, "Yes, please keep us safe, but also please help us to go, if it is in the highest good, to go now." Within 5 minutes, the announcement came, "Ladies and gentlemen, you may now board the plane. We are going to leave for Boston." And so we got on the plane, and the prayers were answered. It was a wonderful experience in understanding that patience comes from faith, faith in knowing that we are always watched over, and the right thing happens for each of us in the right time. I hope that my speaking to the people around me helped calm them down, because I saw so much distress in so many people. This is a practice. This entire earth is a practice in patience and faith, and knowing that we are watched over and that the right thing is always going to happen for each of us in perfect divine timing.